Hello, hello, Transformers more than meets the eyes. This is Chucky from Collecting for Fun, and today I am so happy to let you know that I did get a hold of the 40th anniversary set for Soundwave. So we're going to be doing an unboxing of this set today. The last time I was able to get get Blaster, which I have right over here, so we can compare the size differences between the two. But today we're going to focus a lot on Soundwave. You can see the box here. We got Soundwave. It comes with two cassettes. We got Ravage and Laserbeak, two of his most popular cassettes. You can see the transformation there. This is a classic G1 mold of the toy. We can go ahead and look at the back, and it has all the stats of all three of these figures. And a classic back packaging of the original toy. So let's crack this sucker open. Still got the tape seal on here, so let me get some scissors, and we are going to open this for the first time. So let's pop this out here. So you can see all the stuff is still in. As I said, we opened it all up. These ones here are white in color. When I had this as a child, actually, my brother had this as a child. These were silver, like metal color, similar, a little bit more silver in color than these, so it's a little bit changed. These go on to the side of his shoulders. We'll put those on. There are the cassettes there. Looks like the instructions came out here, so we have the instructions. I do not think I'm going to need the instructions for transforming these. Let's see if there's anything else in the box. I'm just going to put this right here. Let's see. I think that's it. So let's crack these guys open. Okay, I'm going to use the scissors to cut open these little elastic tags that are holding them in. Pull out Soundwave first. Oh, there's another elastic on there. I didn't see that. There we go. Oh, and there's some elastics on top. Oh, they really packaged this sucker in really good. All right. There's the Soundwave here. You got the little eject button right there to open up the thing. So let's have a size comparison of him and Blaster quickly. You can see Soundwave is a fair bit smaller than Blaster. Front and back, I put the accessories of Blaster in the back there, so I won't lose them. But yeah, you can see size comparison wise, Soundwave is very much smaller than the Blaster Transformer. Now, Soundwave came out in the first episode of the first season in the in the Transformers animated cartoon series from 1984. So let's go ahead and transform him. Let me see if I remember how. Oops. Let's pop the legs out. Ugh, very good. And we're going to pop these legs down. There we go. Very stiff because, again, straight out of the box. Haven't transformed this in ages. Feet click down, so those are same as before. Pop these shoulders out. Very good. Bend the arms out. Pop the hands out there. Pop the hands out there. Bend the arms there. Turn his head. There's Soundwave. Let's pop up his accessories now. Put Soundwave over here so we can keep him in view. Very good. Let me just zoom in on Soundwave there. Okay, good. Now, I'm going to pop out his cannons and his weaponry. Oops, I just dropped something. Oh, nothing important. It was the plastic that was holding it in. So we got one of his lasers. I'm just going to take two out. I don't think I need to take them all out because it only has two cannons. You see the cannons pop out easily? They should. Yep. So we got the cannon over here. This pops in here, and press this button. It used to fire. Let's see if it still does. Oh, it does not fire. I think they do not want people to hurt themselves. Or oh, this thing here? No, it still doesn't really fire out. No, it does not shoot. That is too bad. Let's see if the other one shoots any better. Pop this sucker in. Does this want to go in? This one does not fit in very well. No, it does not. Alright, so Hasbro kind of messed that one up. It doesn't fit in there. Let's try the last sprocket. No, it doesn't really fit in here. So we're going to open up the Ravage and Laserbeak in just a moment. I'm just going to get them cracked open here. So we're taking out these things. A little bit harder to get these out of the packaging. I'm getting these are Ravage's rockets here. And then we got Laserbeak's rockets here. They're held in again by the little rubber things. Let's get that free. These are for Laserbeak. And one more to unravel here, or uncut here. Did you get that? No. Let's try that again. Try and cut these without scratching the joint. Really pack this sucker in there really well. Missing it. There we go. Okay, got that out. And we just got to get Ravage and Laserbeak free now. Let's pull that up so I don't damage the toy. Oops. And we'll pop him out there. And then we got one more to free up. Laserbeak there. Let's see if I can just pull that out. Pop him out. There we go. Okay, so we're done with the packaging, so this is all empty now. And we're going to zoom back out so I can get Laserbeak and Ravage into play here. We will do, let's do Laserbeak first. Where did I put his two rockets? There they are. So, here is Laserbeak. So Laserbeak, his head is right there. It's a red cassette. Classic for that. His little feet flop down here. There we go. And his wings kind of pop out here. So again, with the G1 molds, I really like them because they're really easy to transform. And you don't really have to think too hard about it. You know, I played with this toy when I was younger, and yeah, I can still remember how to transform it without the instructions. We'll pop these, his little cannons back in here. Very good. Excellent. So there's Laserbeak. Okay, and we're going to put him right next to Soundwave there. And then we are going to transform Ravage now. Ravage is, I guess is either a dog or is he a panther? I'm not sure. I have to look that up. But he's cool either which way. I always thought he was like a black dog, but he might be a panther. He could pass for a panther. You can see his eyes go there. Joints are really nice here. I just remember when the original cassettes were a little bit more metallic in the color. So these are more plastically, like a little bit more plastic. And let's get his rockets on here. So let's make sure I put the right way. Yes, this one goes this way. And his other rocket will go here. Get that in right. There we go. And now let's see how this one stands. Not bad. Not bad at all. Okay. So let's zoom in there. And we will just kind of look at the Transformer eyes. So we got Ravage. Ravage has been always one of my favorite cassettes. You ask me which one of all the cassettes my favorite one is Ravage, just because he just looks cool. I mean, it's a very simple transformer, but I mean, the way he was portrayed in the cartoon and the way his figure actually looks, he's just a savage, man. He's just really cool. Very stealthy. You can get in and out really quickly without problems, and he's like probably one of the cooler, simpler designs for Decepticons, and to me, one of the cooler cassettes. And right behind him, I would say second favorite. Let me just fix up his feet so he stands better. But second favorite will probably have to be Laserbeak. So I'm glad they included those two with this set. Hopefully they will reissue the other cassettes to purchase at some point in time in the near future. Be nice to have Rumble and Frenzy, and which are mirror images of each other, just different colors. Rumble being the blue one, Frenzy being the red one. And then there is a Buzzsaw, which is Laserbeak's counterpart. So it's a kind of an orange, yellowish coloring of Laserbeak. And then there is a Rat Bat as well. And I've actually never owned a Rat Bat, so if they do reissue, that would be kind of cool. So there is Soundwave. So yeah, we had my son try those rockets, and these ones do not fit. So they're kind of defective. So I'm kind of disappointed with Hasbro on that. They don't fit into the rocket launchers. So unfortunately, we can only get one in here. We got one on his shoulder, and he's carrying one in his hand. We have Laserbeak down there. So let's have a good look at Laserbeak. Okay, very cool Laserbeak here. Again, I like the rockets on him. Cool painting in the eyes. Always looks like a vicious predator, bird of prey. And in the cartoon, both him and Ravage were, especially Laserbeak, was always kind of flying into the Autobot headquarters and just kind of spying on them all the time and bringing back Soundwave information, which he would just play for Megatron straight off. Ravage was more, I don't know if Ravage did that as much of that. He was just, he would get in there and do, get some information too. But it was mostly Laserbeak doing the reconnaissance, and then Ravage would do some more of the shadow work. So that's cool. So let's have a look at the Soundwave figure. In this case, we didn't have to put any stickers on, which is nice. Transformers are notorious for having you to have to put up the stickers on, so they've already pre-put all the stickers on for us, so that's kind of cool. This thing, if I recall, used to come off. I am not sure if this comes off now. Does it? So in the meantime, we have comparison. This is Steel Jaw from the Blaster set. So in comparison, you can see the size comparisons of him next to Ravage. Pretty similar size. Ravage is a bit longer, where this guy's more shorter and stouter. And yes, let's go back to Soundwave. We were able to get that little piece off the back there, so it does come off. I can't get Steel Jaw to sit up, so we are able to get that piece off the back. Here's that piece. And so this clip, if you're holding the Soundwave as a Walkman, this would be the clip that clips onto your belt. So that's what that was for. If you had an actual Walkman in the time, and this is where you can keep Ravage or Laserbeak in there, and there. So in the back, you can keep the spare battery packs in the back if you wanted to. So you can put, these are his batteries, and they dual as his cannons when he transforms into robot mode, and then there's cannons, and then in his cassette modes, they're his batteries. So these are a place that you can store this cannon so you don't lose them. The only thing is, obviously, trying to store the ammo, that might be troublesome. So let's put this back on. And let's have, we'll stand Soundwave back here, and let's see about comparing him. We have Blaster here, so let's quickly transform Blaster, and we can compare the two. We can compare the two and see how they transform next to each other as far as size goes. I suspect that Blaster is going to be a fair bit longer or taller than Soundwave, but again, I do not recall how much taller he is. So let's find out. Let's turn his arms out. There we are. Good, and there's Blaster. So yeah, I mean, in the cartoon series, they're about the same height. But you can see clearly, I mean, Blaster looks like an NBA player standing next to an average human. You know, he's significantly taller than Soundwave. It's not just... No, I honestly can't remember that difference. I never had a Blaster. My cousin had a Blaster, and now looking them side by side, wow, what a difference in height. He really does make Soundwave look really, really small, which is, you know, quite interesting. The Cassette's obviously the same size. Now, you know, Blaster is a Sound Blaster, so he's quite, I mean, as versus a Walkman. Walkmans are pretty small, and in comparison, you know, as the cassette player versus the stereo, you know, there's a big difference in size, but you can see the size difference in the robot forms. Holy moly, I wasn't expecting that. So let's finish up the video. We're going to look at the stats now. Let's look at all the stats for Soundwave. Now this thing usually comes with a red thing, but I don't see it in this box, so I'm not sure if it came out or I dropped it. Let me just see if is it heading in the instructions somewhere? I don't see it there. All right, anyways, we can still make it out. So you can see that Soundwave, let's define Soundwave. His strength sits at about 8, so he's fairly competent fighter. His intelligence, I believe that's what that is 9. His speed, kind of on the slow side, so he's 2. And his firepower looks like a 6. I'm assuming that's firepower. And so that's, you know, he's a competent fighter, very slow, but strong, very smart. So good in a fight, just not the quickest to get there or run away. Laserbeak, on the other hand, let's have a look. 5 for strength, so, you know, medium strength. Intelligence is 6, so he's average intelligence. Very fast, he's at 8, so he's pretty quick, and he's got some good projectiles, so he's at 8 for that too. So that, you know, pretty good in that. Ravage is 5 for strength, so average. Very intelligent at 8. Average speed at 5, and firepower is at 7. So those rockets on the side of him can do some damage. Let's see. It says he's got some quotes next to here. Function communications, cries and screams are music to my ears. It is said Soundwave can hear a fly sneeze. Uses anything he hears for blackmail to advance his status as an opportunist. Oh, interesting. And let's see what it says for Laserbeak. He's a function of Soundwave's communications, which makes sense. He was the key surveillance guy for Megatron, using his cassettes to get information and then relaying that to Megatron. So Laserbeak, it says interrogation. The only point I like in Autobots is the melting point. Ooh, now that's interesting because I never even heard Laserbeak speak, so I guess only Soundwave can understand that. Laserbeak takes pleasure in hunting his prey, usually the strangling survivors of a battle. So bird of prey, pretty brutal there. And then we got Ravage. He's a saboteur, so that makes sense. He would often go into Autobot base and mess things up. Today's Autobots are tomorrow's scrap metal. Again, I guess only Soundwave can understand him. Ravage operates best alone, a creature of the night, craftiest of all Decepticons. Of all Decepticons, he's the craftiest. So yes, he's pretty cool that way. So again, I'm not sure. I have to look that up. Is he actually a black dog, or is he actually a panther, or kind of a crossbreed? I'm not sure about that. Now, on the other hand, let's look at Blaster. I don't think I reviewed his stats last time, so let's do it today. He's also communications for the Autobots. When the music is rockin', I'm rollin'. Finds all Earth music interesting, but it's rock and roll, good, hard, and loud. That really sparks his circuits. So strength-wise, 8. And so he's very, very comparable to Soundwave, who's also 8. Intelligence, also 8. And I think, yes, Soundwave was 9. His speed matches Soundwave at 2. His firepower is 7. And so again, Soundwave speed was 2, firepower 6. So Blaster has a little bit more firepower. I don't know, they just kind of blended into his name, a Blaster, so he gets more firepower, but I'm not sure. Now, Steeljaw is a tracker. When the eyes don't see, the nose knows. When he's on the hunt, his prey is as good as caught. Determined, tenacious, coolly professional when on a mission. So he's a good counterpart to Ravage. His strength is fairly strong, 8. His intelligence is also 8, so he's pretty good that way. His speed is 4, so he's not as fast as Laserbeak, but let's see, how does he rank against Ravage's speed? Ravage was 5, so Ravage is a little bit faster, and then his firepower is 3. So strong, but Ravage will beat him in a firefight, it looks like. So that's kind of cool to know. And so that is, you know, Soundwave in a nutshell, and we got Blaster to compare him with. So let's see how Ravage, my son was able to transform Ravage in the meantime. So let's have a look at Ravage inside. Make sure he fits in there properly. And you can see, yep, fits in nicely. You can eject a Ravage, flying him right out, and you can transform him there. So that's cool. Let's transform Soundwave back into his cassette Walkman mode. So let's pop his hands down to the side, pop his hands up, there, pop his hands up, flip his arms backwards. Okay, and then now we just got to work on his feet. Drop those in. We're going to turn his feet that way, bend his leg, and then push him back up. And just lock this into place right there. And then we're going to do the same thing on this side. We're going to bend his legs up, pop this leg joint up, and squeeze that in. So it transforms really nice, very, very nicely there. And so that's really cool. And let's, my son pre-transformed these back, but let's do that in front of the camera. All right, so again, we pop the rockets off that were originally on here. And then you're just going to fold his feet in there and his other feet in here. You're going to pop his head back there and then his tail back in there. And then let's, so that's Ravage. And then Laserbeak will quickly transform back into bird mode and then back into cassette mode, just so we can see that on camera. Again, there's Laserbeak without the rockets. The rockets are going here. You pop those off. You're going to flip the wings in. You are going to squish his head in that way, and then finish up with the feet and flip them back in. They both fit very nicely inside the cassette holder of Soundwave. So that's very nice there. And so, again, very nice. Let's pop out Laserbeak here so we can put them next to each other. So there is Soundwave with his 2 cassettes. Very simple there. These are the rockets that come with it. As I said, the only complaint I have of this set is 2 of these missiles don't fit, which is kind of disturbing. And so anyways, and then we have, again, Soundwave. You can see, I'm going to put it behind so you can see the blaster. You can see the size difference between the Walkman and the Sound Blaster, but which is fine. But I was actually quite surprised the difference in height, because in the cartoon they don't look that different in height, but when you look at the toy, big difference in height. So that is the Soundwave review, and we threw in Blaster in there just for a good comparison. And yeah, let us know what you think. What retro G1 Transformer are you looking forward to seeing in the future from Hasbro and Transformers? And hopefully they happen. So leave a comment in. You know, I love them to re-release the combiners in the G1 format. That would be really cool. That'll be on my wish list, to see all the combiners in there. So let us know what your wish lists are, and in the comment section. And please if you like this video, please leave a like and subscribe to our channel. And let us know what else Transformers you want to see on our channel to review. And so this is Chucky from Collecting for Fun. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. Take care.